Good morning, students. Today's class we are going to learn the new chapter is chapter number 1 Computer System Overview. Uh, as you all know about that, what are the basic components of the computer, hardware and software, and that devices also you have studied in the lower class itself. So, the same thing we are going to discuss in this chapter. The first thing, what does mean by computer? Yes, it is an electronic machine. It will do whatever the instruction we have given. Yes, so without computer we cannot survive today's life. Yes, even small kids also they are using the mobiles. They are using the devices. Yes, so what are the components of the computer? Hardware and software. You know about that. What does mean by hardware? It is an device. Hardware is a what? It is an electronic components of the computer. Electronic components of the computer is called as what? Hardware. Can you see any one example like keyboard, CPU, monitor, printer? This is under what? Hardware. It is an you can touch and feel. That is what hardware. Software means you cannot touch and feel that one. That is what software. Software it is a set of instructions. Software it is a set of instruction given to the computer. Okay. For example, Microsoft Office, MS Word, Excel. Yes, they have prepared some codes, set of instructions to do some task. That is called as what? Software. Computer components and basic computer organization. Computer components and computer uh, organizations. The first thing, it is in CPU, that is central processing unit. Inside has three unit: control unit, arithmetic and logical unit, memory unit. This is input device, this is output device. So the input device, it will give the input to the processor. The processor, it will process the data according to that input. Okay, after that it will send the result to the output devices. So this is the way the process will occur in this computer. This is what computer components and basic computer organization of that image. Next thing, what does mean by input unit? Yes, the input unit, it is formed by the input devices attached to the computer is called as what? Input unit. What are the input unit? Can you see anyone input unit devices? Yes, keyboard, then mouse, microphone. Yes, these are all the input devices. Through these devices, we are giving the input to the computer. Okay. The next one is, what is the output unit? Output unit means we can see the result of the screen, like monitors, printer, speaker. These are all the devices as an output unit. Okay, so the input unit, it will convert the, it will get the data from the user. It will get the data from the user and it will convert the data into the digital form, because the system cannot understand the language of that any language. System only can understand the binary numbers, that is what? Zeros and ones. After that it will process and it will send the results. So the output unit converts the output in the binary form to the human readable form. So what are the language human readable, it will convert into that language readable format. We can see our result through the output devices: monitor, printer and speakers, any output devices. The next thing is central processing unit. Yes, you know that it is the main control center and processing unit of the computer. Yes, it is also called as brain of the computer. So what are the subcomponents of the central processing unit? Yes, we have seen here now: control unit, arithmetic and logical unit and memory unit. So this memory unit, it has two parts: primary memory and secondary memory. We will discuss about that. The first unit is what? ALU. ALU means what? Arithmetic and logical unit. It will perform arithmetic and logical operations. What are the arithmetic operators? Yes, plus, minus, multiplication, then division, modulus. These are all the arithmetic operations. So the ALU unit, it will perform arithmetic and logical operations. Logical operations means what? And Next one is what? Or not. So it will performs both arithmetic and logical operations. The next one is CU. The next unit is what? CU. CU is an control unit. CU is an what? Control unit. It acts as a supervisor by controlling and guiding to the operation taking place. What are the operations it has taken? It will control. It will act as a supervisor by controlling the action. The next thing is what? Registers. Register is like a temporary memory. It can store small units of data. It is in small units of data holding places. Okay, so that CPU may store some part of data or some memory address in its processor or register. But register can store small units of data. So what are the central processing unit components we have seen? Yes, ALU. What is that? ALU, control unit and memory unit. ALU means it will perform both arithmetic and logical operations. Control unit means it will supervise the what are the operations taken place. And that register it is a small place of holding the data. Okay. The next thing is memory. Memory means it is a we can store our data. Yes, memory of the computer, it is also called as, is often called as main memory or primary memory. This is the place we can store our data. So each memory location has its unique memory address. Each memory location has its what? Unique memory address. We can store the data, we can store the data in each memory locations with each unique memory address. Okay, once the power is switched off, the memory gets erased and we cannot recall that whatever we have stored. Okay, the next thing is, so the how the memory it will store the data by the cell. Memory can store the data using the cells, that is what? Zeros and 1, the format of binary number zeros and 1. So if we can, that bits we can store the memory address by using the bits. This is called as what? Bits. So 8 bits equal to 1 byte. 8 bits equal to what? 1 byte. A bit is an elementary unit of memory. Bit is an elementary unit of memory. 8 bits is equal to what? To form a byte. So 1 byte equal to 8 bits. So 1 byte means it is the smallest unit which can represent the data item or a character. A group of 4 bits is called as what? Nipple. A group of 4 bits is called as what? Nipple. Group of 8 bits is called as what? Byte. Okay, now we'll see the units of computer memory and measurement. The first thing is bit. Bit is an what? Shorthand. We will call the small letter B. That is what? Bit means what? Zeros and 1. Zeros and 1 are on or off. Byte. Byte means what? 8 bit. Okay. Kilobyte. Kilobyte, KB will represent that letter KB. That is means what? 1024 bytes. Megabytes, MB, 1024 kilobytes capacity. Gigabytes, GB, that is what? 1024 megabytes. Terabyte, 1024 gigabytes. Betabyte, BB, that means what? 1024 terabytes. Exabyte, EB, 1024 betabytes. Zettabytes, ZB, 1024 exabytes. Yottabyte, YB, that is what? 1024 zettabytes. So these are all the units of the memory measurement. 1 bit equal to zeros and ones. 1 byte equal to 8 bits. 1 byte equal to how much? 8 bits. So the group of 8 byte is equal to 8 bits is called as what? Byte. The group of 4 bit is called as what? Nipple. So what are the basic computer components we have completed today? What does mean by hardware? Hardware, you know that when you touch and feel that is the device is called as what? Hardware. That means what? Keyboard, CPU, monitor, printer, yes, mouse. It is under what? Hardware devices. Software means it is a set of instruction given to that program to some task. That is what? Software. That what are the computer components? Input unit, input devices, central processing unit, output devices. Central processing unit has three components: control unit, ALU, and register. What is meant by input unit? Yes, input unit is it is formed by the input devices attached to the computer. So through the devices, input devices only, you can give the input to the computer. So what are the input devices? Keyboard, mouse, microphone. Yes. The next thing is output unit. Output unit converts the output in the human readable form. That means binary form into human readable form. So what are the output devices? Monitor, printer, speaker. Central processing unit, it is a main control of the computer. It has three components: ALU, CU, and register. ALU, it performs arithmetic and logical operations. CU, it supervised by controlling and guiding the action, what are the operation taking place. Registers, it is a small unit of data holding places. And memory of the computer, it is also called as what? Main memory or the primary memory. Memory, it has two parts: primary memory and secondary memory. Okay, primary memory, it is a temporary memory. Secondary memory, you can store the datas. Each memory location has a unique memory address, so that computer cannot understand that our languages, so it can read the data by zeros and ones in the format of binary digits, zeros and ones. So each zeros and ones is called as what? Bit. Cell of zeros and 1 is called as what? Bit. So that 1 bit equal to 8 bit equal to 1 byte. Bit is an elementary unit of memory. 8 bits together form a byte. 4 bits together form a nipple. So these are all the memory measurement of that computer. 1 kilobyte equal to 1024 bytes. 1 megabyte equal to 1024 kilobytes. 1 petabyte equal to 1024 terabytes. So you can go through this memory measurement in your book. Okay. Thank you, students. We'll see in the next class.